Hey everybody, this is Lee from Poplar Point Studio. I'm in Lansing, New York today doing a bed renovation. The front of this house has had boxwoods in front of it for decades, and they were so big that they covered up this front porch and all along the front of the old garage. And I just couldn't stand it anymore, and we finally talked our client into letting us rejuvenate it. So the guys came in yesterday and pulled all the shrubs out, and today we're putting new plants in. Most everything we're using is all proven winter plant material. I just really like some of these varieties, and they're lovely with this house. One of the site condition issues we have here is deer, and so there's a lot of plants that I picked that are deer resistant. You can never be totally deer proof, but at least we've got a good bet. So this guy here is Bloomerang Lilac. This one's been out in the trade for a number of years. It has profuse purple, very fragrant blooms. I wanted him right here on the corner as part of the welcome into the house, and then I mirrored him on the other end. I've got a low row of hedge boxwoods. Again, I know we pulled some out, but they were a much bigger variety. These ones we're gonna keep much smaller. This next row, I think, is Happy Face White Potentilla. These guys stay pretty low. It's like 1 and 2 feet tall. They spread more, and it's a long bloom. So this is another deer resistant variety. And then this row of Catmint, we used to have a row in here called Walker's Low, which is pretty standard in the trade, but they were so floppy, the client actually put a little fence up to hold the plants up, and that's not what we want. So this is a new variety we're swapping out. I still liked the color of the Catmint, and I like having the bees here. They're already out. But this variety is called Cat's Pajamas, and it stays about 12 to 14 inches, and it's a little bit more upright, and they're more petite. So this will be a nice full row of the same color, but a lot more tidy for the client. So this is one of the sections, and then I'll show you the next section. One of the issues with this bed is it's pretty narrow. This is about 4 feet wide, and so there's not a ton of plant material that stays that petite. And so what I did was pick some great proven winter plants that are a little bit more dwarf or stay a little smaller. So I'm very excited about this. When we ripped the boxwood out, the existing clematis already looked great, so we're leaving them here, and it punctuates sort of the outside edge and the center of what used to be an old garage. And in between, we've got two mirroring sets of shrubs. So this side, I've got a hibiscus called Summerific Berry Awesome, and this is gonna get about 4 feet tall and have huge pink dinner plate blooms. And this client really likes pink, so I wanted a big showstopper. So I've got that guy. This is called Wine and Roses Weigelia. This has been out in the trades for quite a while. I really, really love the dark purple, almost black foliage, and that looks really nice against these cedar shake on this garage. It's gonna be about 4 to 5 feet. So this, again, this stays right inside the bed. We don't have to do any pruning when they're not gonna be so big that they're overgrown. But these also have a really beautiful hot pink bloom. And this blooms at a different time than the hibiscus. So again, this client's really gonna enjoy having a little bit of pink here and then a little bit more. And we can't have all pink all the time. And also because we're in upstate New York, we get a lot of snow in the winter. And I wanted to make sure that some of these plants, it didn't look naked, because now we've taken out the boxwood, which are evergreen, and I wanted to make sure there was still something of winter interest here in this bed. So this guy is called Little Goblin Orange, or Winterberry Holly, also a proven winter plant, and this will stay about 4 to 5 feet tall and wide. He'll fill in nicely, and then really bright berries in the winter, which is good for birds. Also, it's just a nice winter interest. Sometimes we look for winter foliage or color or just having green leaves, and I went for berries on this one, and I really am gonna like that color again against the house. So we've got something that has winter interest, earlier summer color, plus a contrasting foliage, so it's not all green all the time. And then we've got a bright pink big bloom on a perennial that will come back year after year. And then we've got that same thing matched on the other side. So we've got another hibiscus, the Wine and Roses Weigelia, the next Goblin Orange Holly, and the other clematis. So this is gonna fill in and stay right inside of the bed edges, so we don't have to have trouble pushing it back or pruning the fronts off the boxwood anymore. And then this should really you know, another year or so, these are gonna look very established. I'm very excited. It's gonna fill in fast. It's gonna be easy care, low maintenance, deer resistant, and it works in a small space bed. So I'm happy, I'm really excited about these plants filling in over time.